Imagine losing someone you loathed, someone you trusted, to the lies of a powerful, manipulative man. You can't see it coming, and then the silence. It's suffocating. But then, something inside you wakes up. Then you vow to make them pay. This is the story of Elisa, and her silent echo of vengeance. And when she finally gets her revenge, well, let's just say it's a little more complicated than she expected. If you've ever been wronged and dreamt of seeing the person who hurt you fall from grace, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. You won't believe how far Eliza goes to right the wrongs done to her family. Let's dive into one of the most satisfying, yet haunting, revenge stories you'll ever hear. In a quiet town, nestled between rolling green hills and winding rivers, there lived a woman named Eliza. People knew her for her kind heart, her infectious smile, and her unwavering love for her family. Life wasn't always easy, but it was good. She had everything until one fateful day, when everything was ripped away. Eliza's younger brother, Samuel, was her world. He was bright, full of potential, and had big dreams of making something of himself. He left one day, filled with ambition, with promises to return soon, but soon turned into weeks, and those weeks turned into months. No word, no sign. The silence was suffocating. Then, the truth shattered everything. Samuel had run off to start his life elsewhere. He had been taken by a man named Victor, a wealthy and powerful businessman who had lured Samuel in with promises of success, power, and money. He was to be part of an underground world of corruption and crime, a world where deals were made in shadows and lives were destroyed with a mere flick of a hand. Victor had played Samuel like a puppet, feeding him dreams of riches. But when Samuel realized the trap he was in, it was too late. He tried to escape, but Victor's grip was ironclad. Samuel was lost to the darkness forever. Eliza was devastated, but something inside her shifted. Grief turned into a burning fury. A thirst for justice and revenge awoke in her heart. She vowed that she would make Victor pay for everything he had stolen, and she would not rest until she did. The following years were spent in mourning. Though Eliza transformed herself, she spent days, weeks, months studying Victor's every move. She learned everything about him, the way he thought, the people he trusted, his deepest secrets. She became a ghost, blending into the world that Victor had built. Slowly but surely, she earned the trust of those around him, all the while keeping the fire of vengeance alive in her soul. Eliza's opportunity came when she found herself sitting across from Victor at a business meeting. She had become someone he trusted, his confidant, a trusted advisor. To him, she was loyal. To her, he was a target. But she had to be careful. She knew that striking too soon would only alert him to her true intentions. Instead, she began planting seeds of doubt among his closest associates. A whisper here, a lie there, subtle manipulations that started to unravel the very foundation of Victor's empire. It was working, but it was just the beginning. The real plan came together when Eliza was able to convince Victor to take a risky business deal, one that had the potential to ruin everything he had worked for. She had done her homework. She knew exactly what strings to pull. She fed him false information, dressed in the guise of an opportunity that could make him untouchable. Victor, blinded by greed and his own arrogance, took the bait. The deal he believed was his golden ticket to further power was, in reality, his downfall. And when it fell apart, when everything he had worked for crumbled before his eyes, Eliza watched from the shadows, satisfaction burning in her chest. Victor's empire, once untouchable, was now crumbling. His partners turned against him, his wealth evaporated, and his reputation was forever tarnished. As Victor paced frantically through his office, surrounded by piles of paperwork and shattered dreams, Eliza stood outside, hidden from view. She watched him, the man who had destroyed her brother's life, now helpless. She could feel her heart pounding in her chest. This is it, she thought, her body trembling with a mix of relief and something darker, something cold. She had done it. She had finally avenged Samuel. But as she stood there, Her triumph felt hollow. There was no celebration, no joy, only an empty ache that gnawed at her. What had she really gained? Had revenge truly given her the closure she thought it would? Victor's empire was in ruins. His friends, those who had once been loyal, had turned their backs on him. Everything he had built was now gone, and as he sat alone in his office, crushed by his own hubris, he could do nothing but watch the wreckage. Eliza knew she had won, but as she turned to leave, the emptiness in her chest grew. She had taken down a monster, but, in the process, she had lost a part of herself. The cost of vengeance was far higher than she had anticipated. In the end, Eliza realized something profound. Revenge may feel sweet in the moment, but it could never bring back what had been lost. It's a silent echo that fades with time, leaving only the ghosts of the past. And as Eliza walked away, she understood that justice may have been served, but the true cost of vengeance was far more than she ever imagined. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell us in the comments. Have you ever witnessed a moment of sweet, satisfying revenge? Or perhaps you've learned the hard way that vengeance comes with a price? We want to hear your stories. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe for more emotionally charged revenge stories right here on this channel.